Hey dude.
Hello everyone, this is Shadow from Magic Nations, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a squad builder for under 35k, as you've probably seen in the title. But this is a Bundesliga squad, and you know, Bundesliga squads are pretty popular in the game because they are so overpowered, but they can be quite expensive, so I thought I'd put together a team that's quite cheap, but still good but affordable for like the average FIFA player. So start off, we're doing a 3-5-2 formation because it's the defense in this team is pretty overpowered, so it's going to be able to keep up with just 3 defenders, and this is probably the best formation in the game. We've got a manager with the formation just to get us that first 10 chemistry, but you don't actually need a manager. I don't think it still gets you 97 chemistry, I think, without a manager. So if you don't really want a manager, it doesn't really matter too much. And start off with the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper who we're using is oh god, what are we doing here? Bundesliga? No, wrong one. So the goalkeeper we're going to be using is Weidenfeller, or Weidenfeller, however you want to pronounce that. And he's at 82 rated. He's a non-shiny, but his stats are very solid. He has 84 diving and 85 reflexes, which is solid. Just says it only 82, and his diving and reflexes are higher. And he's got 80 handling, which means he's not going to really be dropping the ball that often. And I've played a few games with him, and he's just a really solid goalkeeper to have in the net. And he stops quite a few long shots and shots like right in the box, which is a good thing to have. Next, let's go with the centre backs. So in left centre back, we're going to be having Subotic, which is he's not that fast. He's still fast for a centre back at 75 pace. Oh no, 72 pace. But he's a solid defender, probably one of the best in the leagues. Best in the league. 82 headers, 79 defending, all round just a solid defender. In the centre, we're going to be having Naldo. Oh no, not him. Well, let's go with right centre back then. In the right centre back, we're going to be having Felipe Santana. I think everyone watching this video will know who he is. Probably, I think he's one of the fastest centre backs on the game at 81 pace, and putting him there on the right to keep up with all their left mids and their left strikers is just he is so unbelievable. He is so fast. He can keep up with pretty much any striker, unless they're like 90 pace. But he's got amazing headers at 84, good dribbling. His defending isn't the best at only 77, but that's still pretty good. Say it's just under 80, and his shots. To say it only says he has only 48 shot. Into games, he is a lot better than 48 shot. He's just so overpowered, and he's like a Bundesliga version of what's his name? David Luiz. There we go. So anyway, in the centre back, we're going to be having in the centre back, we're going to be having Naldo, and he is just so amazing. He has amazing defending at 81, decent headers, decent pace. He's not the most amazing defender on the game, but his overall stats, like his average stats, they're just amazing. And 81 defending, you can't go wrong. So let's go with the centre defensive mids now. So for the left centre defensive mid, we're going to go with the Spanish Javi Martinez. He's not. People don't really like him because of his low pace, but what I found is he has a really high defensive work rate. So he tends to drop back with the centre backs quite a lot, meaning that you have pretty much, because you have 3 centre backs all packed in the middle pretty much, and the CDM working back with them, he just links up really well with them, and he just helps block a lot of shots because he's always back in the box in time. With only 59 pace, you know, he's not going to be the fastest of players, but he's always back there. He's always amazing at like blocking, and his heading. He always comes up for corners, and he's scored quite a few corners with me playing with him, and 83 defending. You could even put this kid in defence if you really wanted to. He's just that good. Now, for the right centre defensive mid, well, it's just centre defensive mid, but for the right one, going for Luis Gustavo. He's a slightly more pacey player than Martinez, but he also has solid defending at 83 and decent dribbling and heading still. And his passing, he's really good at long passing. His shot isn't that good, but his pace and dribbling all make up for that, as he is good at running around and passing it up the field to your cam and your strikers, and he's always there just to intercept the ball in centre defensive mid. Next, we're going to go for right mid. There are two options I'm letting you have here. You can either have, but I can't even pronounce his name, but I think it's Laskowski. But he plays for Dortmund. Or you can, if you've seen in my subs, there's Shaqiri, which plays for Bayern Munich, and he's pretty good. I think he has 3 or 4 star skill. 4 star skill, yeah. With 86 dribbling and 87 pace, he's pretty solid. But for the main team, I went with Laskowski because he just has the 93 pace. He can get by any left back on the game, pretty much. I think, is he? Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah, he can outpace any left back on the game. He's got 72 shot, which is pretty decent. His passing is 75. That's good. He's got 81 dribble. His heading isn't the best, but he's not really going to be in the box to head. He's just mainly running down the line and passing it into your strikers or crossing it in, which is, he's just amazing. Now left mid, I think everyone knows whose this is going to be. Obviously it has to be Elia. He's got 5 star skill, he's just 91 pace, 5 star skill, from the Netherlands. He's just so amazing, and it says he only has 68 shot, but he is really good at finesse shooting, what I found. And if you can get into the box with him with the little finesse from the corners of the box, they go in all the time. 85 dribble, so he's got decent dribble, so he's not going to like knock the ball out way in front of him. 70 passing, so decent passing, and he's just an all-round good player. He can take people on, he can get further up the pitch. Now in our cam we have got Reus, the main man in the team, really. I mean, what can I say? He is just amazing. 90 pace, 84 shooting, 84 dribbling, 74 passing, and he's just all around an amazing player. He actually isn't that expensive, I don't think, in cam. I think he is the most expensive player on the team, but I think we got him for 15k, which is just under, well, yeah, just under half the actual amount of money I spent on the team. But still, he is just so worth it. He's good. He's got the pace, so he can either pass it on to the strikers like a normal cam would, or he can still run in and get those long goals. And his shot power is good, his finesse is good. He's just overall, he's got 4 star left foot, I think, as well, and 4 star skill, so he can shoot his left foot, and he's amazing at long shots. Moving on to the strikers now. In left striker, you can have these any way around, but we're going to go with Gomez. 87 rated. I mean, it speaks for himself. 87 rated striker. He isn't the fastest of striker, which is probably why he's cheaper than he really should be. But at 87 rated with 80 shot, he's just amazing. You might be looking at his stats here and thinking, how is he 87 rated? And that's because I think his finishing is something like 96, which basically, if you have a striker with a high finishing, that's all you really need. It doesn't matter about the shot power or anything. If they have finishing, it means their shots are going to be on target, and they're going to be aiming and like bulleting straight into those top corners or those bottom corners, and just completely go by the defenders. Also, if you want to be using, say, Elia and Laskowski to whip them in from the corners, he's also got 84 headers, which is amazing. I mean, most strikers, because people like the fast strikers, none of the fast strikers have that heading. But 76 pace isn't really that bad. He can still get by defenders. if you just get a good through ball. His attack position is good, so he's always going to be onside pretty much majority of the time, and he's just so overpowered for the price he is anyway. Now for the right striker, the last man on the team, Lewandowski, and he's the pace. He is the pace. 82 pace. But because he has 84 dribbling, which is higher than his pace, he's faster than 82 pace. His stats only say that, but he can get by any defender. His attack positioning is amazing, so he's always ready to run onto the ball from the chip through ball. And like I said before, because he's not actually that fast in his stats, his heading is 82 as well, which means this squad is perfect for if you're the player who likes to run up the wing, cross it in and just header it straight into the back of the net. Their heading accuracy is just so amazing, their jumping's good, and they're actually pretty tall, both of them. They're not the shortest of players, so they're always there to knock it in, and 75 shot is pretty decent, but he is amazing at finesse, just like Elliot. His finesse is what makes him good at shooting. And 84 dribbling, no defender is going to be able to take the ball off him if he can just weave in and out of the defence. So yeah, as you can see, ends up 100 chemistry. So every pass is going to be like pretty on target. 4.5 star rating, which is good to say. All the subs are just no one really. Say they're just silver team subs, and it's 4.5 stars. So if you had gold subs, it's easily a 5-star team. It's just under a 5-star team at 80 rating. So everyone on the team is pretty much over 80. And yeah, so 35k Bundesliga team. If you like the video, like, share, favourite, subscribe. This has been Shadow from Magic Nation, and see you next time.